just knew that was what I was supposed to do. That was the look. I was saving face. So to the outside world, everybody thought that like we were this beautiful, happy family, like perfect. But that wasn't the case. So I probably did. I probably passed them at Walmart. I probably seen them. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I know what you did. I know what a lot of women like you do. You feel like you get all these options. The train never gonna stop. The game ain't gonna never stop. Or he wasn't with, or a lot of women, I ain't gonna speak for you, or for a lot of women, the guy isn't up to the guy probably not even ugly. I think the guy probably is handsome, but he ain't what society claims is handsome. You see what I'm saying? Or what people deem, so they feel like, okay, he ain't the right one for me, but then they complain about there ain't no good men and join these feminist groups and hiding groups. You see what I'm saying? And they bash all men and, it's just terrible. That's what I think.
It's very true. I think that we live in a very vain society, a very judgmental society, very like, with the trends, with the what, like you got to be a certain type of way. And if you're not that way, then don't come over here trying to be, like, but you learn the older you get. I think you're supposed to learn the older you get. Like, there's so much more to life than that. Like, I would rather give me the ugliest man, but he gonna treat you good. He gonna be respectful to you. He's the man of God. He gonna take you to church. He gonna pull your chair out. He gonna close your door. You know what I'm saying? Like, do these things.
They don't want that because they feel like they're settling. But I'm here to ask you, what does this word settling mean? Because I feel like that's the worst word that happened in the culture, in pop culture right now, in the culture.
I settled.
What's your definition of settling?
Settling is knowing that this isn't the best you could do, but it works. So we're gonna settle for this.
Okay, because my definition is basically, this person, y'all ain't meant to be together. Y'all not compatible. Y'all have nothing in common. Y'all, but outside of the sex in the bedroom, y'all don't have no substance. That's what I feel like it's settling. Like, you just with them just to be comfortable. It's you don't want to be lonely. I think a lot of people just so cuffed to being comfortable with dealing with foolishness. Well, do you feel like too many people get their relationship goals from social media?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Why you think that is? Why they not getting their relationship goals from their parents or like from the church or whatever? Why do you think they're looking at celebrities and what's on social media for relationship goals, like in pictures and images?
Because who don't want to be the star couple? Like, you know what I'm saying, about the attention, the goals. Everybody wants to be like, look at them, look at their family, look how beautiful. Like, that's what we want. But don't nobody, like, from the outside looking in, everything that glitters ain't gold. And just because it looks are deceiving. And I don't know why people because when I tell you my husband had the best father and the best, he's one of the best men I've ever met in my life. Like, you couldn't make a better man than him. And he raised his children. He raised them by himself. And so my husband had all the, he was accessible to everything, to learn all that, how to be a good father, how to be a good husband, how to be a good man. It's a choice. I guess it's all a choice.
Right. I mean, at the end of the day, the children are going to do what they want to do. The best thing you can do is just teach them in the right way. But I think people got to start looking at these celebrities as relationship goals. They put these celebrities in front of people as trinkets and tricks and treats so they can fool people and deceive people. Like, come on, like, these relationship goals, like, you don't know what these people go through behind closed doors because they took a picture. I mean, come on, bro. Because they on Instagram with a bunch of likes, like.
I mean, you got people. Look at Krishan and Blueface. Like,
that's toxicity right there. That's so toxic right there. That shit.
But they're promoting that. Like,
yeah.
there's they're telling people this is cute, this is goals. This is you want to be like, what I'm saying? Like people are like, well, look how much they love each other. At least they love each other. Like that's not love. That's nothing about that is love.
That's just evil, demonic behavior. That's some evil shit right there.
But that's what our society today is telling us is
And
acceptable.
they watch that shit. Do you tune into that shit? Like,
I just see them here and there.
mm.
Like little reels on
do,
Facebook or
do,
like something
mm-hmm.
like that.
do you feel like females who watch that show, that toxicity can rub off on them?
Yes.
Mm.
I think evil, like I don't know if whatever you believe in, higher power, anybody believes in. I'm a Christian. That's
Me too.
like,
Me too.
that's evil. Like that's of evil. That's stuff that and that's the devil trying to work through that to get to us because he don't want to see us married.
Yeah, he don't want to see homes and family together. So that's why I think, for the most part, a lot of people do that right there. I think for the most part, that's what's going on. They're not trying to have a family structure, but
Go get the churches, get back into having dinner as a family, doing the things that people used to do. It's not like that anymore.
facts, they're not doing that. People, they on their phones or they go in their rooms. Like they this family structure is definitely fucked up right now.
My husband's up for 4 years.
You said what?
I'm on the couch for the last 4 years of our relationship. 3 years for sure. Like,
Oh wow.
he slept on the couch. Like, we didn't even have a relationship. Like, talking about. And I truly believe, had we worked, went to church, gave it to God, did the counseling, put in the work, fought for our marriage. Yes, I do think it could have worked. But
You don't think it's too late to go back and try to do that?
oh, I do. I think that too much damage has been done, and
right.
especially that came out about.
Right.
But like,
well, okay.
But not even on his end. There's a lot of things I have not forgiven him for, and I don't think I ever will.
Yeah. I would say definitely before you get into your next situation or relationship or whatever, make sure that trauma's healed and move on and really get that baggage off you. But how do you feel about the internet that clowns like Russell Wilson being a stepdad? I mean, I wouldn't do it, me personally, because I ain't got no children and he didn't have no kids, but they clown him every chance they get. Like he's being a stepdad, a future son with Sierra, and saying he's a simp, he's a sucker. Why is a positive man? He promote God. He's a Christian man. He promotes nothing with positivity, like, godly things. He talk about Russell Wilson. He ain't talking about guns, drugs. He just, football and family. Like, look like he in love with her from the outside looking in. Why do you think the internet is so negative on him, though?
Because people don't like to see good. People don't like to see people do good.
Mm-hmm.
I think that there's envy. Like, people are envious of anything that's better than what they're doing or anything that they want out of a situation that they're not getting. That's hate.
Right. How do you feel about, like, Russell Wilson? Do you think you think a lot of females want that because that's, because that's trending, like, because they like Sierra, or they think that's the man that they supposed to be with, that type of good dude, instead of the futures type, to have fun with. Because, she got pregnant by him, and it's like, some people saying that, she with him for security, financial security. Be that as it may, nobody really knows. Maybe she do love him, who knows? But, people are so quick to be negative. Like, what's your thoughts on that? Like, okay.
I think that every woman, now girl, like if you're not a woman yet and you're still got the mentality of a young girl, yeah, you want the money, the clothes, this, the that. You know what I'm saying? Like the material things are what matters to most people. But if you're really, really thinking long term into your future, then yes, by all means, I think that is what women want. A good man, a good solid man, a man that doesn't that's a man who loves you for who you are, for no matter what you brought to the table, no matter what you done did, whatever. it's far and few between. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, on both sides, as women and men,
Mm-hmm.
like it's easy for and some women can look at men and be like, I don't know, because you done did this. Well, let me tell you something. Women are better at hiding things than men are.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Women are lying. Like me personally, I don't believe nothing a really woman said. I got to do thorough research, and I don't know. You gotta be transparent. I believe in transparency because I feel like honesty is when you lying, and I gotta get out of you. I gotta
I feel
get.
like, so let me see. Let me ask you this. So a woman comes to you and she's like, you really feeling her, you like her. So now y'all starting to get into your honesty. And she's like, you know what? I just had a whole phase. Like, you know what I'm saying? I just went through a whole phase. And
I don't
this,
know.
this.
I think she gotta get some counseling and get some therapy. Like we gotta slow it
Are
down.
you
Like
judging people off their past? Or are you taking them for what they are now?
no, the past does matter. Hell yeah, the past matter. Past matter like a motherfucker. I ain't gonna lie to you. I can't sugarcoat it. I mean, I just stand and believe in it. I mean, the past does matter because it determines her character, and it determines if it doesn't work out or it falls on rocky terms, she can relapse and revert back to that unless she's truly cleansed or away from that lifestyle. Because the past do matter. A woman's body count, believe it or not, does matter. Women with children does matter. That stuff does matter. Society, Oprah, Gail, anybody can say that bullshit. The feminists can say it don't matter. I'm not buying that. I just don't believe in women. I don't believe nobody should shame anybody, but I just don't believe you should shame somebody because you had a whole phase woo woo that you should accept it. Like, nah, I mean, a woman past do matter because it determines her character. You see what I'm saying? What you?
I don't think so. I think hurt people hurt people. And I think that
Oh yeah, it's a lot of brokenness in there. Let me say that. I'm gonna let you go. There's a lot of brokenness, men and women. If people are out there being promiscuous, it's most likely because of brokenness. They're broken and they're trying to find validation and they're trying to find approval. So they're just doing this. They're not really no player.
makes it worse because like you done gave something away from you that you'll never be able to get back. Like you gave somebody that was unworthy of you, and you gave it to them, and now they took a piece of you, and they don't give a fuck about you. They gone. They, you know what I'm saying? Like that. Bye bye, and that's that. So these young women, we gotta teach them that that's not the way.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's not gonna make a man love you. That's not gonna make because you laid down, But
Or having this baby.
or having this baby, you're right.
But right. So I got a couple more. I ain't gonna keep it too much longer on this. But I forgot what I was about to say. Do you think with okay, we talked about the options or whatever. Do you think women realize that with a divorce, do you feel like do you feel like well, I forgot what I was about to say just now. I'm tripping. Oh yeah. I know what I'm about to say. Do you think really with divorced women leaving a man, do you really think that they're leaving? Because 85% of them are filing divorces. Do you think that the problem is mostly with the women instead of the men? Because 85% of them are filing divorces, like across the world, though, type shit.
I think that I can't speak on everybody's situation, but I think for the most part, that's after years of marriage, right? So these women are fed up. We're
I mean,
fed
the
up.
average marriage lasts 7 years, 6 to 7 years. It
Like
ain't lasting that long. It lasts less, like between 5 to 7. So it's really ending in about between 3 to 7 years. I say about 3.5 on average. It ain't lasting that long.
now, some women, I don't know, maybe it's just not for them, but I know in most situations, the man will not divorce the woman. Like the man's not gonna willingly let his wife go.
Because he's
Like
trying to fight for it, though. The women look like, but the women are quitting and giving
you
up,
just
though.
putting your foot on her neck, saying you gonna stay married to me because I'm your husband, and that's
But don't you
but
think?
you're not to fight for the marriage.
But you gotta
Over
look
time,
at wait. Let me finish. But don't you think, for the most part, if she's initiating the breakup, 85% of this is a stat though. This ain't my opinion. These are all stats you can look up. I don't want people to think this is Jay Reed's opinion. These are stats I'm bringing up. If the women are initiating breakups and breaking up the homes, don't you feel like they're responsible for wrecking their homes? instead of seeking guidance and help so they can fix their marriage. Because regardless of his issues, yes, the man probably has issues, a whole lot of issues, but so do you. You got a whole lot of issues too.
Yeah, for sure. I think that everybody's situation is different.
Yeah.
So statistics can be statistics all they want. Like, yes, the women, yes, but like, why? Everybody has a different reasoning for why they did what they did. I mean, some of them, yeah, they probably just gave up. Some of them probably was having affairs. Some of them probably was getting abused. Some of them was probably, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I don't know why people do what they do. And I don't know why their marriages don't last. And I don't know why we can't live in a perfect world. But I do know that we live in it. We live in a fucked up time. The times are fucked up right now. Like, and I pray that like it can get better and back to the way it used to be before my children grow. So I'm just trying to teach them how to be decent human beings in this shitty world.
Yeah, right. But I look at it like, the best thing you can do is, hopefully you do find somebody else so they can be raised in a 2-parent household with a mother and a father that love them and nurture them. That's the most important thing about it. That's what I think. But yeah, I just look at it like that right there because that number is shocking though. Over 85%. That's very high right there. But I realize this. No, the grass ain't green on the other side. It's green where the grass is greener wherever you water it at though.
How many times have you heard a man say it's cheaper to keep her?
I mean, cheaper to keep her. I mean, you can't look at it like that though. It
But
may
I'm
be,
saying though that's why a lot of men don't divorce their wives because it is cheaper just to stay married because
but
they don't
like
want to lose half of it.
that's true. They may lose everything, but like I said earlier though, if you look at it, the woman financially goes in the tank. The woman loses financially because they got to pay a lot of those bills that they wasn't paying before. And the man remarries. The man has a higher chance of being remarried than the woman. Because usually the woman had a kid, the man don't got the kids too. So you gotta look at it like that too. So now the woman got a more financial burden. She got to pick being the man and the husband in the relationship, paying both. So I mean, yeah, that's a terrible saying. Cheaper to keep her. I don't know who made that saying. That's the worst saying. I feel like it's better to put in the work so y'all can keep each other. That's what you're supposed to say. That's what I think. But that's my opinion on it. I think these sayings and shit, these stupid sayings is fucking up the culture too, though. Like, yeah,
Funny, but it's not funny because it's like
cheaper to keep her. That is the worst shit ever. Like, I'm gonna just do it for some money. Like
I'm gonna stay married to her so I don't gotta lose everything I like I ain't gotta lose half everything I got.
you about to lose
But
it.
that's was so easy for us because we didn't have shit. So like
Well, if it's based off material things, that's terrible. Anything.
I wouldn't have cared. Like I wouldn't have when I left my house I left with my 4 kids, our clothes, and a few of their toys in my car. That's all I left with. I didn't